I love how at Comic Con they ingeniously advertised and hyped this movie from calling it just The Woods to, which intrigued people but also bored them. But once they put the title Blair Witch on it, people were like, oh my god, this is awesome, just take my money. Blair Witch, directed by Adam Wingard, and is the sequel slash reboot to the 1999 godfather of all found footage horror movies, the masterpiece, The Blair Witch Project, and its uh, god awful, messy sequel, Book of Shadows, that nobody remembers. Now, I was only 4 when the Blair Witch Project came out in 1999, so I really don't remember it or have any nostalgic feel to it, but of course it was a major hit at the time. Everyone loved it and called it the scariest, greatest horror movie ever, and I can see why. After seeing it now, it is a great movie. It still holds up brilliantly, and gosh, it is legitimately frightening at times. It's a classic example of found footage horror movies done right. Blair Witch Book of Shadows, however, is terrible. It's a complete mess, and it has nothing to do with the original film, nor does it continue that story whatsoever. It's not even scary. I don't even know why it was made. You have a proper sequel, which is just titled simply Blair Witch. Nobody particularly demanded that Blair Witch become a franchise. I mean, I think the Blair Witch Project would have been just fine as a great standalone movie. It did not need any sequels whatsoever, but of course we got one anyway for the sole purpose of making money and wanting a sequel to recapture the nostalgic feel of the original. So naturally at Comic-Con, when people heard there was a movie coming out called The Woods, people were intrigued but not interested, but as soon as they revealed it would be titled Blair Witch, people got hyped as hell, and fans of the Blair Witch Project could not be happier. But that being said, is the movie any good? Well, I'm afraid it's not. It's not very good. It's just meh. Well, Blair Witch tells the story of the brother of the sister who went missing in the original Blair Witch Project. He sees the footage and he realizes, oh damn, my sister's in danger. I've got to get some friends. I've got to go out into the woods and save her. So which they do so, but of course really dark shit goes down and they come to face with the Blair Witch. But the without further ado, let's get into why this movie is a disappointment as a sequel. For starters, this film is so boring. There's little to nothing happening throughout the vast majority of the film, and the story is a complete and utter rehash of the original Blair Witch Project. There's nothing new about it. There's no twists and turns, no originality. I mean, it's as if Adam Wingard was just trying to recreate one of his favourite movies all over it again, that he forgot to add some originality. Sequel should not tell the same story all over again. It should continue the story. If you think of it this way, this movie is about a group of teenagers that go into the woods, they do stupid things, dark shit happens, and it ends with a legitimately scary final act with some found footage. That's it. Completely predictable. You know how it's gonna go, and just a lot of the main characters, they are so stupid. Oh my gosh, they are so dumb that they do the most foolish things that you know are gonna get them killed. And I'm like, why would you do that? So is it any wonder that you're gonna die? They could have at least given these kids some common sense, because in real life they can't be that stupid. But worst of all, the fucking jump scares. This film is chock full of them. The scares in this movie are so poor. Throughout the first and second act, there's barely a scare to be found. It's just jump scare after jump scare after jump. Oh my freaking god, Hollywood, we fed up of jump scares. We have had some great horror movies this year. Take notes from them. We don't need jump scares for a horror movie to be great. We are beyond that. We're sick to death of it. So throughout the entire first and second act of this movie, I was falling asleep. I was just like, wake me up when it's over. Believe it or not, I didn't hate this film. There are still some redeeming qualities. First of all, I like the main character. He was a great brother to the sister from the original Blair Witch. He was so caring. He was like, oh gosh, I am not giving up on my sister. I am going to find her no matter what, even if it does risk my own life and the lives of my friends. I'm like, what a great brother. What an awesome guy. And I was invested in his struggle to save his sister. And the setting, the woods look creepy as hell. Adam Wingard did a great job of making this movie look and feel exactly like the Blair Witch Project, even if he did it a little too much, but the woods still look great. And the third act of this film is, without question, the best part. It woke me up again. It is legitimately frightening and intense, and the point where the movie actually does uh, get close to becoming as good as the original Blair Witch Project. Had the first and second act of this movie been as intense and nerve-wrackingly frightening as the third act, this film would have been much better. But overall, aside from the third act and a decent main character and a creepy setting, this movie has little to nothing going for it. It's just a completely forgettable sequel that nobody particularly demanded. It was so overhyped, and in the end, it's just meh. It's just not very good. But hey, at least it's better than Book of Shadows, am I right? I give Blair Witch 2 stars out of 5. How many more late, underwhelming sequels are we gonna get this year? Well, I love you guys. Thank you all for watching. What did you think of Blair Witch? Please comment, let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on Google+. And I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.